Because I think it's really interesting to know if a new professional trader comes in.
Sure.
And we've been doing it for a couple of years, and they see it, walk away, and then assess it. I want to know from a professional trader who's currently out there trading every day in the way that you do, with your perspective, what your perspective is on what we do.
Sure. The thing that attracted me to the Institute, and why I think it can become successful, or more successful, I should say, I'm of the view that to do something well, you don't need to change the world.
Right.
You just need to find something which is being done poorly, right, and do it better.
Yeah.
And when I really started spending my own time looking at what was available in terms of financial education, I sort of came to this conclusion. I think at one end of it, you have universities and private colleges who are offering, I would say, ridiculously overpriced modules in particular subjects. So for instance, I know that some of the universities in Australia where I live will run a 3-month intensive course on options, for instance.
Sure.
And it's all very academic. You get all the basic blocks right. It's intellectually quite stimulating for some people. But with that 3 months of education, you leave knowing a lot about options, but there's not much you can do with that knowledge.
Not a great deal of understanding on how to trade options, which is very different.
Exactly.
Right.
And at the other end of the spectrum, you have people who are promoting themselves on the internet who, quite frankly, are, I don't want to use poor words about our competition, but you know which way I'm going, but people with fake tans and very white teeth who are possibly selling used cars in their prior life. Yeah. And what they're offering is quite frankly nonsense. They're doing nothing more than defining a few terms in a textbook and sort of saying, there you go, get on your way. Yeah. And so I think there's a huge gap in the middle that a lot of people can benefit from, and I think we're doing a good job of filling that gap. And it depends, and it also, I think for the students, it depends on who they are. I mean, at the one end, we've got people who are graduates who are coming out of those very theoretical courses, who are very well versed on the fundamentals, and they've proven themselves to be academically inclined, and they're very good at understanding all those concepts. I think we can get those people and teach them how to implement what they already know. Yeah. And the people coming from the other side of things, who are maybe just getting started or even have been going for a while, who lack some of the core understandings, I think we can get those people to start applying the skills that they already have and sort of meet in the middle. And at least as far as I'm aware, there's no one else really doing that. So that's what attracted me to come to IPLT in the first place. And